Hey everybody, JoraBite here. I am Icer Slicer's dad, and behind me I have a beginner turtle from the ComputerCraftEdu mod. Right now we're in the pack available in the Technic Launcher called the JoraTech mod pack, and it includes ComputerCraftEdu, and we're going to use one of these basic mining turtles, or beginners mining turtles, excuse me, to build an automated tree farm by programming with Lua, the Lua programming language. We're gonna go in here and let me show you what we've got. We've got a lot of conveyor belts set up here from the Mine Factory Reloaded mod, and they're running down here to a hopper. And as you can see, there's nothing in the hopper, but the hopper leads to some item duct that runs into this strong box or chest. If I throw my helmet in this, onto the conveyor belt, for instance, and I'm not trying to get on there myself, we just toss that on there, the conveyor belt is going to run my helmet down into the hopper, and it's already out of the hopper and into the pipe, and there it is right there. So what we've got is some blocks of dirt, in this case 3 blocks of dirt, and we've got lights so that at night we don't have any bad mobs spawning in this area, hopefully. And we've got 3 blocks of dirt, and saplings can be placed on the blocks of dirt and then grow these rubber trees. And what we want to do with this turtle here, this is R2 3D, because he's got 3D glasses on, get it? I've crafted not only R2 3D, the beginner mining turtle, gave him a diamond pick here. But I've also crafted a turtle remote, which allows me to control R2 3D. I can even show his viewpoint and move forward and move backwards and turn around. Let's see if we can see me. There I am. And we can turn and look at things, and we could mine or dig with R2 3D here. But we don't want to do that. What we're going to do, let me see if it'll allow me, it won't let me move down because of the conveyor belt there, because the turtle from ComputerCraftEdu is actually a block whenever he is not moving. Icer Slicer pointed that out to me. What we want to do though is program this guy. I'll switch back to my view. I want to program him to be able to mine a tree, one of the trees, when he's in front of the tree, or when the tree is in front of him. When he is next to the tree, I'm gonna fight the conveyor belt to go over here. Since he can't move down to where the conveyor belts are, and the leaves will automatically decay on their own once there's no tree trunk there, all we need this guy to do is to mine the tree by mining this block and then moving over into the center and mining up until there's no more blocks to mine, and then coming back down, breaking the tree block down here, and then planting a sapling, which means we need to take some rubber saplings, and we need to give R2 3D some rubber saplings. We're going to put that in slot 1, and there's going to be a larger program that's going to have a loop running where R2 3D just moves back and forth, moves down, and checks these trees to see if they're grown. If you're familiar, you guys watching this, I'm sure you're familiar with Minecraft, where you know that if a sapling is planted but has not grown up into a tree, it should only be existing in that block right there down here at the bottom. So there would just be air up here. So we're going to actually have to have a larger program that has R2-3D coming over here to this chest, getting rubber saplings, placing wood that he collects into there, and sort of on patrol, constant patrol, checking to see if we have grown trees yet. And if the tree is grown, he'll run this first program that we're going to write, which is going to have him just cut down the tree. So, and that's one way of getting this done. You'll find if you learn computer programming that there are often many different solutions to a problem. But as I've thought about this just a little bit, I've thought, you know, the easiest thing to do would probably be to program cutting down a single tree so that we can run that program over and over again every time we come to a tree that needs to be cut down. So, without further ado, let's go into the programming menu. Now, you may be familiar with ComputerCraft. ComputerCraft gives you a code editor where you can write programs, and there are functions, all sorts of functions that you can use in programming turtles. But the cool thing about ComputerCraftEdu, or the educational version, is it gives you this visual code editor. And so we can use the visual code editor to write programs using these visual tiles and putting them in place. And that's what I want to show in this video, is basically how this works. Now, first things first, let's switch back to my view and let's turn R2 towards the tree, because we're going to assume that when this program runs, the tree is in front of the turtle, R2-3D, and he's already checked to see if this is if there's a block right here in front, and there is. So at this point we will begin this program. We're back and we were talking about what to call this program. We're going to call it fell because we're felling a tree. It's going to be a small part of the larger program, like I was saying, to sort of patrol the automatic tree farm and make sure we fell trees whenever there's one there. But what we're going to do here is in the larger program, we're going to detect and make sure that that we've got a tree, and we know that we have a tree in front of the turtle. And so we're going to use this this visual editor. We've also got a code editor that we could use to write code directly in Lua in the language using functions and all of that. But we're going to use the visual editor because it looks like a lot of fun and very easy to use for programming the turtle, and then it'll actually translate that into proper code for us. So we've got a fell program here. We can click to add a statement, or we can drag statements over. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that there's a block in front of the turtle in order to dig. So we're going to do an if statement. And we're going to say if, and then we get all of these cool blocks that tell us where other code can go. So we can click to add a Boolean. We're going to say if detect, and then it automatically knows we could be talking about detecting the block above us, detect up, or a block below us, detect down. We want to detect right in front of us. If detect equals true, so only if we actually detect a block in front of us. If detect equals true, then we can do stuff. So what do we want to do? We could dig. We're going to dig the block again in front of us, and then we're going to move forward. And once we move forward, then we're going to start moving up as long as there's a block above the turtle. So as long as there's a tree block above, we're going to need to move up. But in order to do that, we're going to need to make sure that we keep up with how far we move up so that we can get back down to ground zero, or this level. So let's add a variable in next. We're going to say variable. We're going to call this variable level. Okay, so level equals 0. We're gonna put a number, and we're gonna say level equals 0. Okay, why are we doing this? Because right now the turtle is at ground zero. It can't really go lower than this or risk getting in trouble, either going into the block down below it, right over the dirt, and then not being able to plant a sapling, or if we move over it all back to our original position, then we could risk going down, getting blocked, trying to go down to the level where these conveyor belts are. So we're going to say our current level is 0, and that's where we want to get back to. Okay, now we're going to need to test repeatedly to see if there is a block above us, and if there is, we want to mine that block, and we want to move up, because we want to get all of the logs and all of the leaves that are in the tree up above. So we're going to first of all, actually, we're going to select part of our inventory. Let's see if it'll let us do this. Place, select slot. Look at that. Select slot, and the number. Here's what we're doing. We're looking over here in our inventory. Notice that we've got rubber saplings in slot 1, and just to be on the safe side, let's select slot 5 for collecting wood, because we're actually breaking wood blocks. So you know what? We should select slot 5 right at the beginning. I'm realizing this now. We didn't do that up here. So you know, we're going to insert some more code. We're going to insert more code. We're going to say inside the if statement, once we've got a block there, before we dig, I'm going to hover over this and press enter. Okay, and that gives us some more room, so we can do the select here. Select number, we're going to select number 5. Okay, and it tells us here, it gives us a nice picture of our slots. So we're going to select slot 5. Then we're going to dig. Then we're going to move forward. Then we're going to set level equal to 0. And then we don't need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. We're going to start a while loop. While, and while is like an if statement up here, but it just continues to do while every time this while loop ends. So while detect, and this time we're going to use detect up. While detect up above us equals true, instead of then, we're going to say do. We're going to say do whatever's inside this block of code. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to dig up. Again, we're using the up version, so we're digging above us. Then we're going to move up, and we're going to end. We're going to click to add end, and it leaves us a nifty little place here where we could add more code in later if we want. But I think that's good. It's once it ends, it's going to go back up here. It's going to say while detect up equals true. So while there's a block above us, dig up, move up, end, while, and then as soon as this while is no longer true, as soon as there's not a detect up anymore, oh, I just realized we've got to add something. Remember this level? Once we move up, we've got to say level equals variable level plus number 1. So once we move up, we need to change, we got to tell the turtle that it moved up and how many times it moved up. So level is going to be how many times we've moved up. It starts out at 0, and then it's going to become 1, and then if there's still a block above us, while detect up equals true, do, dig up, move up, add 1 to level. It's going to continue to do that until, oh, there's an error block up above us. So detect up equals false. So once detect up equals false, it's going to exit this while loop, and we're going to be back inside the if statement that started the whole program. So now level is greater than 0, and we need to get back down to level 0. So at this point, we need another while statement. While, where's our variable? While level, oops, while level, we're going to use greater than here because 0 is where we want to be, and up here we're adding to level. So while level is greater than 0, do. What do you think we're going to do? While level is greater than 0, we want to move down, and then we want to say, actually let's move down to the next line of code here. We're going to move down, and then we're going to say our variable level equals, you guessed it, level minus 1. Okay, so, and we can, this is so cool, we can scroll up and down through our code so we can read what's up here, and then we can continue to move down as the programs get longer. So while level is greater than 0, do this. Move down, and then say level equals level minus 1. And then once level equals 0, then we know that we're back down to ground level. And so we can actually end this while loop. So that's our second while loop that we've gotten through. And after we end that, now we're back again into our if block here. We haven't ended our if block yet. So we had a tree. We knew that there was a tree, and so we selected slot 5. We dug in. We moved in. We've kept up with how far we're moving up, how far we're mining up, kept up with how far we're moving back down. The next thing to do is dig the bottom block. Okay, so we're going to dig down, and then we need to plant a sapling. So let's go select slot number 1. Okay, and then because we've selected a slot with a sapling in it, we're going to place a sapling down. So let's see, place. Again, we could place in front of us, that wouldn't help. We can place up above us, that wouldn't help. We're going to place down below us. And once we place down, now there's a sapling where there was a tree block before, a log. And so we've got a rubber sapling planted. There's one final thing that we need to do, and that's to move back so that the tree, the sapling, can grow into another tree. And the turtle's not in the way. So we're going to move back, and then we're going to end the original if statement. And that's it. That's the whole program. If we want to look at how this looks in code, let's see, I think we automatically save with this program, so we don't need to do anything to save it. We could delete it, or we could create a new program. Let's go over to the code editor. Okay, so it defines level right up at the beginning. Local variable called level. If turtle.detect equals true, then turtle.select5, turtle dig, turtle forward, level, which we defined up here, equals 0. Now while turtle.detectUp equals true, do. I'm going to move down here in the code so that we can make sure of that. Yep, it's do. Okay. Turtle dig up, turtle up, level equals level plus 1. End. Then, while level is greater than 0, do this. Turtle.down, level equals level minus 1. And then when level gets back down to 0, we end that loop. Then we're going to dig down, select slot 1, place down a new sapling, move back, and end the program. How about that? Okay? So, I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy fell to disk. So now we have fell. We have a copy of fell, the program, on a disk in our inventory. That's so cool. And you know what? Let's run it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's take down this tree. Run fell. Let's see. Run. Huh. That seems to give me copies of the program. Okay. So, run program. How about like that? There we go. Look at this. Where's it going? Oh, it went down. It placed. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. The tree is gone, and the leaves have begun to decay now. And I wonder if any saplings are going to fall out of this tree. Let me check. Let's check the inventory here. We have 5 raw rubber and 5 rubber wood, and look at that. Look at that. I just saw a sapling fall on R2D3. So we're going to go over here. There's one. There's one. Oh, let's check our count. We have 64 and 64, and we're about to have 2 saplings. Beautiful. Beautiful, amazing. We're going to get R2D3 out of the way here by turning right and then moving forward and 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 turning left. And now R2D3 is ready to continue his reign of tree destruction. Let's see how many saplings we got. We got 3 saplings in here already from this tree. And as there's decay, more tree decay, leaf decay, we're going to get more saplings to plant. So, you know what, R2D3, let's run our program. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is so cool. It works beautifully. It works beautifully. And you can do this at home. You can write programs like this. We saw how simple that is. There goes a sapling. Awesome. So cool. Let's try it again. Turn right, move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward. I can't see. Okay. Move forward, turn left, run program. Oh, I'm on the conveyor belt. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. It's perfect. And I imagine that once R2-3D runs this and chops down all 3 trees, the leaves are probably going to decay faster because there is no wood up there. Let's see. Let's see. Nope, there are no logs because rubber trees, which again come from Mine Factory Reloaded in this case, they only have logs that go straight up, and then the leaves are all around and there's no more wood. There's no more logs. So these things are going to decay and they're going to drop saplings. And I imagine once all of the saplings, once all the leaves are gone, then these other saplings down here can grow. And so I think that, you know, that's all for this program. We have Fell as a program, and I'll maybe do another video that shows what we do to have the turtle go on patrol. Maybe that's what we'll call it, patrol. But this video is already, by the time I piece together what I had before, it's gonna be almost a half hour of video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, seeing how we write a tree felling program, and I hope to see you again for the patrol program. Take care. One last look at the program that we wrote. That is Fell, folks. I will catch you later.